Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at AMD. It is time for another update, and on this chart we are still tracking here a 1-2 setup. We are still attempting to track a possible uptrend forming. It is not a reliable pattern by any means, and in fact I have even removed the internal structure here within this supposed wave 3 because honestly it's getting more and more difficult to make any count work too well. Many different scenarios could fit, so I went through very many interpretations that I could be tracking in this area, and many of them do fit, but none of them fit too well, too perfectly. And the only thing they really have in common is that they all expect a 5-wave pattern to develop in this area to the upside. Now, the exact structure within which it develops could differ from scenario to scenario. It could be in some cases that we would be expecting really an impulse in this area, and in that case we would need a clear internal structure of 5 waves even within the subwaves of this 5-wave move to the upside that we have here in white. But some of them do allow for an ending diagonal to form in this area, and regardless of that, they do, however, all expect the 5-wave structure to develop. So this is what we are really going to focus on, this area. And I also include this because this could still turn into a bearish movement to the downside, right? So this did manage to break out and make a new high, but it's nothing really reliable at this point. And if it fails to hold some certain support zones that I will provide, we will very likely head back down, and it could be considered an ABC pattern that has formed with an overshoot in the wave B, where this could have been just an ABC pattern to the upside. So yeah, we will leave these scenarios that we are tracking on the larger time frame for this area for a later time. As I was mentioning, all of them do suggest that we should get a 5-wave structure in this area, and after we manage to build it, we can revisit for a more probable interpretation of the larger time frame. But right now, it does not affect in any way the structure that we are expecting to develop in this area. Maybe some expectations that we should have for the larger time frame support zones, how low we should expect to retrace within a correction after it starts, sure. But as long as we hold the support zones for the continuation in the uptrend, I don't find it relevant to even track these interpretations too much. And with that said, here in this area that we are tracking for a 5-wave pattern, we have been looking at this as a leading diagonal to the upside complete, and we were looking for a correction afterwards in a wave 2. We didn't get that. We didn't even get held by the resistance area for the green scenario, the green interpretation that suggested still lower lows, and we broke out based on the news of some partnerships that AMD has done. So yeah, the sentiment has improved. It is bullish. Of course, we are at new all-time highs, but in my opinion, it is still an area of high risk because this could have been a leading diagonal in a wave 1, but it could be all the same in an A wave up, a B wave down, and then this could end as a C wave to the upside, completing this larger wave B in green, as I just mentioned. And right now, other interpretations within this area could work as a series of 1-2 setups, something like this. Doesn't matter the exact count in the smaller time frame. The idea is it could still develop as an impulse, but in that case I would need to hold an even shorter area of support, something like a wave 4 correction in this case. And if we broke below the $190 level, that would pretty much fail to work out in that exact way where we had the wave 2 here, we have an internal third wave here, and we are in a series of 4 or 5 patterns to complete this entire structure. Not a very likely scenario anyway, in my opinion. So what I would really like to focus on as a clear invalidation, or not invalidation, a clear breakpoint, would be the idea that this third wave to the upside could be developing as an ABC structure, something like that. And so far we may have an initial wave A up. We could be looking for a B wave correction, or could be also 1-2 setup, by the way. And then we would get a C wave to follow. This could be a pretty strong wave C completing the larger third wave directly, but more likely in that case it would extend really just the A wave, so it would be an ABC within the wave A, and then we would get another wave B, and then just regular extensions that we would get. Now there aren't really any other levels of support that are very critical for us to hold. But yeah, if we break below the $165 level, it would be a pretty great, not even confirmation, because it wouldn't be a complete invalidation, but it would be a great signal that this structure to the upside is going to fail. We are going to form a new low, and at that point, I suppose this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could still work out. Yeah, that could still work out, and we could look for a wave 2 correction, but it is also an area where this wave B top comes into play, and we could be looking at a pretty deep retracement in that case. So yeah, it is unfortunately not a very clear chart. I will also provide here a count for this idea of an AB movement to the upside. And for this, we have the support area between the $201 level all the way down to the $165 level. And then I will also provide here a larger count for a possible extension that occurred within this wave 1 up. And in that case, I will make it yellow, and I will be looking for support, yeah, in the area between the $155 level, and it extends down all the way to the $97.7 level. So you see that if we break below this 78.6% retracement for the wave B in white, we are in a high risk area that could allow us to drop much lower within this support zone, while still allowing for continuation to the upside afterwards. And for now, these are the levels. This is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe and let me know what else you want me to cover, and I'll do my best to do that in the days and weeks ahead. And until then, I hope you have a nice day, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.